Okay, fine. So today we are going to discuss about the concept of generation, incubation, and commercialization of ideas and innovations. You know, it is the idea, it is the innovation that matters in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is nothing but simply converting the ideas and innovations in business opportunity. So, interrupting in between this. So a good idea decides the success to an enterprise. It is an idea that guarantees the success. It is an idea that is converted into the concepts and then developed into the business plan. So a good idea decides the success to an enterprise. Ideas should be implementable. We have many wild ideas, thousands of ideas looming in our minds, but then we should try to elicit and screen those ideas which are implementable, which can really be converted into the business opportunities and which has potential for the business. An idea should be innovative. Innovation, you know, something new, thinking new. Innovation, something new in design of products, in process. So it is called innovation. Entrepreneurs should be able to manage the idea independently. This is very important that entrepreneur should be able to handle the idea independently because it is he who has to implement those ideas. So it is necessary to pursue, think about at least 5 to 10 ideas initially and select the most promising ideas among them. Then there are different sources of ideas. An entrepreneur should keep eyes on those sources, try to consult those sources, and then elicit as many ideas as possible with the use of idea generation techniques. So the main sources are consumers. You know, it is the consumer who buys the products. So the ultimate user is consumer, and it is the needs and wants of the consumer that should always be monitored, kept in mind, and accordingly the ideas should be conceptualized into the business plan. So entrepreneurs should focus on emerging demand or unfulfilled consumers' need and want, because there is the opportunity, there is the real opportunity. What consumers want, what are the gaps? You know, need is the state of felt deprivation. So if something, a consumer feels deprived, then we should focus on those things as an entrepreneur and try to convert those needs, those gaps into the business opportunity. Then the next source is existing products. There are n number of products in the market, and many new products are coming day by day. So it is very important that you systematically analyze the existing products in the market to improve upon the existing products to match with the consumer's needs. If the products are of similar kind of thing, same nature, which is available in the market, then it is a routine kind of job. But if you really want to explore the or exploit the entrepreneurship opportunity, then it is very important that we analyze the products available in the market, what kind of offerings are there associated with the products, and then we should design our own methods, own processes to market those products. So existing products should be also monitored regularly. Then the third source is distribution channel, and this is very important. While moving a product from the production center to the consumption units, there are n number of actors involved in the distribution channels. And they are the real persons who know what are happening in the markets, how the demands are changing, what type of demands are being are asked by the consumers, and then accordingly an entrepreneur should try to incorporate those suggestions elicited from the distribution channels, the stakeholders of the distribution channels, and design its own ideas. Then the fourth source is research and development. R&D efforts by existing organization lead to new idea for the organization. You know, there are research organizations who are involved in different kinds of research and development activities. New products, new processes are being developed, evolved. And an entrepreneur should try to contact with, keep liaison with those research and development associations, organizations, and then get the products, the ideas from there. Then method of generating ideas. There are different number of methods for generating ideas. It is the idea that really matters, and for getting those ideas, we need to focus on method generating ideas. So the first is focus group of individuals providing information in a structured format. It was developed in 1950s, and since then it is being utilized for various purposes. In focus group meeting, a person or a moderator leads a group preferably of the size of 8 to 14 persons. So it should neither be very large nor it should be very small. It is the optimum size from 8 to 14, the size of the group. Then the moderator puts the question in a structured way. He stimulates the proceedings of the meeting of the group and then tries to elicit the information evolving from the group. The group should contain the various kinds of stakeholders. It should not be homogeneous from one family, or this is not desirable. If you are going for a focus group meeting in a local area, particular area, then participation from different corners is required. So that we can get a variety of ideas from there. In groups, what happens? Certain people are very vocal, so they lead the group. Certain people, they have good idea, they try to discuss, but then due to shyness or other reasons, they can't speak, they don't speak. So it is very important that the moderator should keep eyes on all and stimulate all to put their ideas before. And then out of those ideas, the ideas which has really potential are screened out and converted into the concepts. Then the second is brainstorming. As the name suggests, it is a storming of brains. So we have a number of people who are well experienced, who know the situation, and an entrepreneur should try to arrange a brainstorming where the group of people are put together and they are stimulated to discuss, put their concepts, put their ideas before the committee during the discussion, and then those discussions are jotted down, noted down. Brainstorming, then we go for brainstorming. What happens? No criticism is allowed. This is very important, that in brainstorming, we allow all to speak, put as many ideas they can. Number of and quantity of idea is very important here, and we don't allow criticism. And then we allow people to combine different ideas together so that we can develop a concept. Then the third is problem inventory analysis, a method for obtaining new ideas and solution by focusing on problem. A method of generating in this method, what we do, consumers don't have any idea about the solution. Means we don't discuss the problem in advance with the consumers. We give them problems and then we ask the solutions. Consumers are provided a wide list of problems, okay, and then they are supposed to identify and discuss those problems with reference to a particular product category. For example, suppose it is dairy. So we can say them that this is these are the sensory, these are the scores obtained in the sensory evaluation. Say bitterness, then bland, then salty, and then we say them to to point out that in which products they find it. So they don't know the product. We give them simply the qualitative, the indicators, that is the sensory evaluation indicators, and then we tell them that we ask them to say the products which have those attributes or traits. And then since it is problematic, so we try to solve those problems associated with those products. Then third is creative problem solving, a method for obtaining new ideas focusing on parameters. So here we focus on certain parameters and then try to solve those problems. Then reverse brainstorming. It is also a group method for obtaining new ideas focusing on the negative. So we prepare the list of problems, constants, and then we arrange a brainstorming session, and then we ask the people to discuss those problems, and here the criticism is allowed. So that is why it is called reverse brainstorming, because in brainstorming we don't allow criticism, but here we allow the criticism. Then synectics. Synectics, a method for individual to solve problem through one of the four analogies mechanism, that is personal, direct, symbiotic, and phonetic. So when we say synectics, it is simply creative, it's creative generation of creative ideas, creativity. It leads to creativity, it leads to creative ideas, and then discuss with the people to say to enlist those creative ideas, and that is converted into the business plans. Then Gordon method, a method for developing new ideas when the individuals are unaware of the problem. So the individuals, the consumers, they don't know about the problems, but we say them that suppose this kind of problem arises, then what should be the solution. So this is the Gordon method. Then checklist method. Here we prepare an exhaustive checklist and discuss those checklists, those points with the stakeholders, with the consumers, and then try to find out which are the most important points. Then free association. Developing a new idea through a chain of words association. Here we arrange a group and then give a word, put a word forward, okay? And then we ask the people to connect the word with as many as other words to create a sentence that leads to some idea. So this is the Gordon method. Then free association method. Then forced relationship. Developing a new idea by looking at product combination. Here we look at the product combination, different kind of combinations of the products, and then we try to find out where the scope lies. Then collective notebook method. So here the stakeholders are asked to point out the problems or the solutions whenever they find, and then after a certain period we collect those, and from there we generate the ideas. Okay, then heuristic. Develop a new idea through a thought process progression. Here we stimulate the thought process. We ask the people to think, and then suggest what should be done, what are the scopes, where is the opportunity. Then scientific method, developing a new idea through inquiry and testing. So we elicit information, we then design a project kind of thing, and then we work on that and we try to solve that problem. Then value analysis. It is very important because entrepreneurship is all about business opportunities, all about running the business profitably. So it is the value that matters. What kind of value the project has, what kind of value the business has, what kind of product the product has the value. So this is very important. And developing a new idea by evaluating worth of aspect idea comes under the value analysis. Then attribute listing. Attribute means characteristics. So we go for generating idea by developing a new idea by looking at the positive and negative attributes. We try to enlist what are the positives and what are the negatives. And then we evaluate all those aspects and synthesize those, and based on those synthesis and analysis, we select an idea. Then matrix charting, where we put the ideas in a matrix form and then analyze them, and from there we conceptualize the project. Then big dream approach. Entrepreneurship is what? It is a kind of dream. One should, and when it is a dream, one should dream big. Dream should always be big, because it is the dream which is converted into the business opportunity. So developing a new idea by thinking about constants. You think, because your dreams are big, so their risk is very big. And then what kind of risks are there? So this is very important. You dream big and then think on those aspects. What are the constants? Once you get the constants and you have the solution for the constants, then you can easily solve the problem. Then parameter analysis, we have already discussed in the beginning. So we have discussed all of this. Now the next stage is, or step is, product planning and development process. Several ideas can be obtained by using the idea generation method. We have already discussed. After careful analysis and screening, potential ideas can be found out, can be enlisted, can be screened out. This is carried out through product planning and development process, which is divided into 5 stages. First stage is idea stage. In this stage, new product ideas are generated and potential ideas are selected for among all the generated ideas. So we prepare an exhaustive list of ideas, and from those we try to screen out some of the potential ideas which can be converted into the business opportunities. Then concept stage. At this stage, product is not actually produced, but preliminary reactions are obtained from prospective consumers. Based upon responses, the product can be refined, formulated according to the consumer's need or demand. So we have ideas. Now we try to do a market kind of research. We consult the consumers, the stakeholders, discuss the idea with them, and then try to find out whether it actually has potential or not. If it has potential, if the consumer's response is positive, then we select those ideas, otherwise drop. Then the third is product development stage. At this stage, actual physical product is given to the consumer panel for evaluation. So at this stage, we have in our hands some product, and that we offer to the consumer panel for evaluation. In labs, you do this. You prepare a product and then give it to the teachers or other persons to sense for the sensory evaluation. So this is same kind of thing. We develop a product, we give it to the consumers, panel of consumers for evaluation, and then test their attitude, test their response. Then fourth stage is test marketing stage. A market test can be carried out to increase the probability of successful commercialization. Unless it is commercialized, an idea has no value. So when entrepreneurs try to elicit information and convert it into the concepts and then business opportunity, it is desirable that ultimately it should be converted into, or it should be implemented into a business. When a product is ready, at this stage, actual sales results are obtained, indicating the acceptance level of the consumers. And based on the feedback from consumers, necessary involvements are incorporated into the product. So we incorporate the feedback obtained from the consumers and try to develop the products, modify the products accordingly so that it can be readily accepted in the market. And then the last stage is commercialization. Once we have the product, when we have improved it, now we need to commercialize it. At this stage, marketing department carries out related commercial activities. We go for various kinds of advertisements and other commercial propagandas, okay? And product department for mass production of the product. So it is the last stage where we really go for the commercialization of the project and offer the product in the market on commercial basis. So this is all about for today. Okay, tomorrow also we will go for the next class. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Welcome to the class.